how do you prevent complacency in your business? Say it's been like 6 solid months and it's been great, and you've been selling all these things, and you're like, oh, I can just coast. How do you prevent complacency or put it on cruise control? Because sometimes people get so highly functional that even they go in cruise control, they don't even know. Like the people around them don't know they're in cruise control. So how do you prevent complacency in your business?
Yeah, man, I feel like as a business owner, you go through so many different stages,
Yeah.
right? There's some stages where you go into like the pure survival mode where you're like, okay, you have to sell to eat that month. Like literally, if you don't sell, you're not going to get groceries. So it's like, that's one really quick way to prevent complacency is like, is food going to hit the table or not?
Yeah.
But once you get to the point where it's like a little bit past that and you have like the consistent sales, you have the consistent, income coming in, then that's where it's really easy to hit that complacency point. Right. So it's like, that's really where the vision is important because you have to be as passionate about your vision as you are passionate to eat.
Oh, that's good. Wow.
Yeah,
That's straight from a hustler right there. You can tell Werner's a hustler, saying stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's why it's important to write down the vision and make it plain.
Yeah.
And like really implant it into your brain because if it's not, then that complacency will set in super quick.
So do you not look at the sales? Like you look at the sales, thank God, but this is not the end goal. Like I appreciate what we did last month, but this is not the end goal. This is not what God gave me as a vision. So you just look at it, you put it to the side, and you just keep grinding and hustling. Is that what you do, Renner?
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. So you got to have your goals in place, right? And you got to review your goals monthly. And if you're below your goals, say, hey, what happened? Why didn't we achieve that? And making small fixes to do it. And if you're blowing it out of the water every month, then you say, hey, my goals aren't high enough. How do I increase my goals? So yeah, just it's kind of like in Financial Peace University, they teach you how to budget. They teach you how to write down what your monthly expenses are and what you plan to make. And if you're completely off, then you have to kind of narrow it in. So I think like consistent monitoring of your goals is key.
So my follow-up question, because you brought up budget. How important is a budget in the business?
Yeah, man, that's the most. Yeah, I mean, you don't have a business if you don't have a budget.
Yeah, because some people, they just look at the account and it's like, oh, we have enough money, we can do that, and then after that, and they start relying on accounts payable, but accounts payable doesn't come up, and now they don't have any money. So I just want you to hit on like the importance of having a budget, not only in your business, but also in your life. It's important to have a budget. So can you just hit on that real quick before we get to the next question?
Yeah. And I think we hit on it a little bit earlier. It's like, if you don't know what your expenses are, then you're just going to spend as much as you can until you hit your baseline. And then you get to the end of the month, you're like, where did all my money go? And you're upset at the IRS, you're upset at the gas station, you're upset at like other people. And it's like, no, you have control over your own life. You have control over your own expenses. And if you're blaming other people for you going over every month, then that's probably a key indicator that you haven't budgeted. So, and it takes discipline, right? It takes discipline to write it down every month. It takes discipline to make cuts when you need to and know where you're at. So I know one key part of our business is to make expenses as low as possible, but the most efficient, right? So what are the most important things that are driving revenue for our company? And if they're wasteful spending, then you have to cut it, even if it might make things a little bit easier here and there. So just being mindful of what's important and what's not.
So you have to be intentional when making a budget also. So you can't have any trace of complacency when you come making a budget either, huh? So yeah, you can't just like, oh, well, it was this last month, and this sales came in last month. You have to sit down, look at the numbers, and because what I heard one time when I was making a budget said, overestimate the expenses and underestimate the income. And so if you do that, you'll be in solid shape. So yeah, so if you have a business and you want to write a budget, underestimate what you're going to bring in and overestimate what you're going to give out.
That's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. So Proverbs 1, verse 32 to 33 says, "For the waywardness of the simple will kill them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm." So get rid of complacency. If you want to get rid of complacency, you have to be more and more intentional. And that's what you can see Renner, you can see his whole life as we were talking in the past questions. You can see how intentional he is when it comes to his business. So if you want to get rid of complacency, you have to have a level of intentionality so you can get rid of the complacency.